Have you ever heard of the Bop House? I had no idea what it was until just a second ago either. At first glance, you might think it's some epic new record label that releases bops, like some Monster Cat clone for the modern day. Well, no, you fool. The Bop House is a content house comprised of models and content creators, you idiot. Yeah, I don't follow this stuff very closely, but the content houses have been a thing since the day I was a little child sucking on my thumb on youtube.com. I would log on and I would watch stuff like Cow Chop or The Creatures, which out of context makes me sound like I'm part of a gang of rabid feral beasts. But they were groups of content creators who would live in one big house or building making content for their YouTube channels. A more modern day example would be something akin to Team 10 with the likes of Jake Paul and other rich kids running around making content for their brain-rotted audience. Well, the Bop House is just a modern version of all of this, and the content itself and discussion about it has been rolling around social media websites like TikTok and Instagram lately, where model Sophie Rain, as well as others, top the charts with millions and millions of followers. Social media has become the modern day replacement for television. Just as those millennials had their eyes glued to the television to watch Snooki talk about God knows what, we are now glued to our phones watching stuff like this. The Bop House started in mid-December of 2024, and it features creators like Sophie Rain, Aisha Sophie, and Summer Zyrus, which is a name I imagine an extraterrestrial would have on E.T.'s home planet. On December 8th, 2024, the Bop House Instagram posted their first video, which was a simple dance near the pool holding up a sign. Before long, they would post more, like on TikTok, where some of these clips would get millions of views, with this one getting over 8 million, for example, very quickly. Their accounts would rapidly blow up as well, with an accumulation of 123,000 followers on Instagram within the first 3 weeks, and TikTok with 860,000 in the same amount of time. And the content house became a subject of memes and controversial nature very quickly, as some fans suggested that they invite a 17-year-old to the Bop House. The Bop House then proceeded to make jokes about adding her and that they would get arrested for doing so. This TikTok in particular would garner a lot of attention, this one with over 18.4 million views in 10 days. The girl in question would respond as well, saying, quote, "Don't worry girls, I will bail you out," end quote. I barely understand what is happening on the internet anymore. Please someone save me from this godforsaken digital realm. Anyway, with the popularity of the Bop House came this ridiculous parody house. This is called the Bruzz House, and it's a parody content house of the Bop House consisting of several content creators like Not Kenneth, Cameraman Blakey, and other creators like Nico and Hoopify. We're really running out of usernames at this point. I feel like YouTubers are just called stuff like Silly Socks and Dorkmouth. If my child was watching a YouTuber named Ye Sloth on their iPad, I would pull the router out of the wall and revert to monkey. Anyway, their parody videos would garner a lot of attention as well, and the Bro House would quickly capitalize on this success. Some of their content is very focused on modern meme culture, like this video, which is captioned, "Who's the most chopped? The chopped chin cannot escape us." The Bop House and the Bruzz House would quickly enter the territory of an all-out internet war. The Bruzz House, on January 7th, 2025, would release this TikTok, asking and pleading, beckoning to their digital masses that they must surpass the Bop House in followers. This pathetic display of begging would quickly become their main source of content, as their reoccurring slop is now regularly about announcing their current follower count, turning their page into a daily stock ticker. They would also make dancing and lip-sync videos, much like the Bop House, adding new content creators like Vexbolts, and ego-stroking their meat to their epic follower count, like in this video posted on January 11th, where they celebrate dominating the Bop House in followers. They would also begin to post about their, quote, war. I guess this is like the modern PewDiePie versus T-series, and maybe these are the numbers young alphas and zoomers care about. Can we like just go outside and do something productive, maybe? Maybe we could start a house called the Burial House, where we bury all content creators deep underground for the rest of eternity. The Bop House claps back, though, of course, like this rebuttal from January 11th from Julia, making fun of the Bruzz Boys' appearances. The Bruzz House isn't the only form of parody content to exist or come out of this era of culture, though, as many parodies have come out from various TikTokers pretending or joking that they've been accepted to join the Bop House like it's an NBA team announcing its new roster. For example, here's a silly video from Baby Charlotte 1. Who knows who will win the Bruzz Bop War of 2025, but it certainly isn't the general populace, as content houses will slowly turn into content farms, zoomers with fades and broccoli hair sitting in content factories making slop for the masses, distracting you from the real important matters on the ground, in your community, and in your personal life. Real important matters, like price of banana at grocery store, and I don't know, maybe like California, like the world is on fire. Anyway, TikTok, bye.